195 is their listing on the VFL website. So
Should be tall. 6'1".
roughly works.
Way taller than 6'1". How's the men, the women doing?
The women won by 20. It was close for most of it. 6-4. Yeah, it was close, and then they just ruled out. Jazz had 25.
Against who was it?
Diamond Valley. So Diamond Valley are actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's not
Steph Reed, Lara McSpaden, someone else.
Yeah.
So
See, this is why I wanted the team sheet. I was like, who's number 10?
Space Youth League.
Yeah. You know her name?
Carly Bruce.
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 Bruce. Good up here.
No.
How much longer till we jump on the broadcast?
Yeah. Good.
I think so.
Good evening and welcome to Saturday night State Championship Women's Hoops. It is the Bellarine Storm taking on the the Warrandyte Venom here at Bellarine Secondary College. Hugh Moore here, joined by the Bellarine Storm State Championship men's captain and one of the best big men to do it in the Geelong region, Liam McEarney.
Might be adding a little bit of mayo on that, maybe. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We're in for a big one tonight. A few key talking points to go over quickly just before the start of the game. But firstly, this Bellarine Storm State Champ women's team are on a roll this year. They are setting the standard and never looking like they're going back.
Yeah, no, they're definitely having a standout season. I think just briefly looking at their record, they're 12-2, which is outstanding. I think those two losses have come with a few key players out of the rotation for injury and various reasons.
And they were two losses in a row too. I believe they were to Pakenham and then Sherbrooke. So, but they have certainly turned that around and are rolling again. While Warrandyte sit a little bit lower, sitting in 8th, 2-10 for their season, but some huge ins for the rest of the season. They've gone out and recruited Leah Swain, a VFLW player, plays in the ruck. She's 195 centimetres, we worked out. So 6'4" presence that they urgently need. And then they've also acquired the talents of Zoe Jenkins, who I believe a few years back played NBL 1 for the Knox Raiders and also took her talents overseas and played in the college system over in the States for Loyola Marymount. So certainly a couple of key pickups, not in the starting lineups, but expect to see them have a huge impact on this game.
Absolutely.
Starting lineups for the match tonight. For the Storm, it'll be number 8, Olivia Vert, number 11, Olivia Osborne, number 23, Courtney Strait, number 7, Charlotte Armstrong, and number 35, Georgia Varley. And for the Venom, it'll be number 2, Emily Whitehouse, number 4, Ali Locke, number 6, Eleanor Bollards, number 24, Michaela Kewen, and number 32, Eilish Feehan. As action gets underway, Courtney Strait wasting no time inside to Armstrong. And she'll head to the free throw line for 2. Armstrong has been absolutely awesome the past few weeks.
She has. We always catch her at the start of the women's game, especially when we're playing after them. And yeah, she's definitely stepping it up recently. Save for that free throw she just missed.
We ignore that free throw.
Exactly.
A little bit of commentator's curse there.
There we go.
She opens the scoring account for the Storm.
Bellarine really putting that full court pressure on right from the start. You can tell they don't want to take a backward step going into this game.
So they move it around the top. Bollards looking to go to work early. Tries to flick it under. It'll be last touched off Kewen.
Storm might have got a little bit lucky. There was a few miscommunications, but it all worked out in their favour in the end on defence.
Varley to Vert, to Strait, to Varley. She attacks, gets tangled up between 3, manages to get the pass off.
Look at that.
And Olivia Vert puts the icing on the cake. Storm out on a 3-0 start. Bit of the battle of the coaches too.
Yeah.
Mr. Paul O'Brien coaching for the Venom. Mr. Tim Sanderson for Bellarine. Best friends, or they're pretty close friends actually, I believe, off the court.
Nice hit from Ellie Locke there. Open the scoring account for Warrandyte.
Locke opens the scoring. Varley straight inside to Armstrong. Lost control. Bollards comes up with the scraps. Little shout out to our international viewers tonight. Jamie Crombie over in Vietnam, and assistant coach Nick Stamatopoulos over in Greece. So certainly our state championship women's team tallying up the frequent flyer points this year. Courtney Strait getting to the ring, count the basket.
Excellent take. Excellent ball movement too. The ball went from one corner to the other, and that's the result, and one.
The foul will go to number 32, Eilish Feehan, her first. And Courtney Strait has been fantastic this year again for the Storm in her second year in the blue and white.
You don't want to send her to the line, shooting over 80% from the free throw line.
Also averaging a very pretty 17.1 points per game.
Solid.
As they swing it all the way around. Defense by the
Great
Storm
defense.
comes up with a steal for Osborne. Nice kick ahead into Vert.
Good vision.
And that's that ball movement we know from the Storm.
Also a shared Varley trait, seeing open people up the floor.
The Varley share a lot of traits. 3-point shooting, passing.
Unlucky bouncing the ball there.
As
Lucky for Warrandyte.
Kewen with another 2 points to the score. 8-5, 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Strait kicks it to Vert. Back to Strait, 4-3. Such a pretty jump shot from Courtney Strait. Another 3 points for her. Takes her up to 6. Warrandyte looking for an answer. Locke to Whitehouse. She's doubled at the top. Osborne with another steal.
Suffocating defense. Oh, no, but they've coughed it up.
A little bit of hard contact there. Foul will be called on number 11 for the Storm, Olivia Osborne. We'll send number 32, Eilish Feehan, to the line for 2.
A couple of key outs tonight for Bellarine. They've got to be conscious of fouling around the basket because they're giving up a fair bit of height out there, and they haven't even got Warrandyte hasn't even got their tallest player out yet.
Correct. So, a few ring-ins for the Storm tonight. Lucy Howard and Carly Bruce making their way up from the Youth League squad. Storm to Vert, had to work hard for the pass. Kicks it to Osborne, to Varley in the corner. 3 is up. Off the front of the ring. Whitehouse with the rebound. She wants to do it all. Storm slow her down, so she swings it. Locke looking for options. Baseline drive into the middle.
Unlucky.
For Bollards was good, but the shot not so much. Varley to straight to Osborne. Nice little floater up, no good.
Nice
Offensive
board.
rebound for Armstrong. And it'll stay with the Storm. Foul will be on number 24. Michaela Kewen. I believe potentially last Saturday night, Charlotte Armstrong had 12 points, 15 rebounds. 9 of those 15 rebounds were offensive rebounds. So she had the ball on a string last week. Georgia Varley gets 2 points to her total.
Great defense by Verdi. Almost great defense by Verdi.
Tough nose finish there from Ali Locke. 13-9. Just over 4.5 minutes gone in this first quarter. Of our first substitution for the game, we'll see number 20, Zoe Jenkins, check in, and Michaela Kewen check out. Jenkins in for her first minutes in the Venom uniform. As Whitehouse comes up with a steal off the inbound, and they're off to the races. The Venom.
A bit of pressure there.
Footsteps, as they would call it, often scare you. So they swing it to Vert. Baseline drive from her. Pushed out too far, so we'll have substitutions for both teams. Courtney Hollowwood in, Vert out for the Storm. And number 8, Lily Jacobs pardon me. Number 2, Emily Whitehouse out for a break. Jenkins hands off to Jacobs. A little miscommunication there between the Venom. 3 from Locke is up. Armstrong with the rebound. Storm want to push the ball early. Varley, change of direction, potentially a travel. Osborne waited for the 3. And patience
Very nicely.
is a virtue for Olivia Osborne. 3 points for her as the Storm take the biggest lead of the game. 7 points. As Jenkins turns it over, and Courtney Straight will waste no time adding to her total, and Coach O'Brien for the Venom has seen enough and will blow his first time out of the game. And so far, Liam, it's been a very back and forth game. Both teams wanting to get out and run the floor.
Yeah.
Do you expect the Venom to come out and potentially play a bit more half-court basketball just to sort of slow things down and get the game back on their terms?
Well, I think they've really got to look at where their strengths lie, and we mentioned earlier that they've got a bit of size. Bellarine are giving up a little bit of height with a few key outs, so they're probably going to look at seeing what they can get around the basket. You can see they had one really good look, penetrate inside and throw it to the big, which just didn't fall down, but that doesn't mean you throw baby out with the bathwater. That's probably a good look for them this all game. You can see that the foul count so far has gone 3-1. All those fouls for us have been free throws, and I think the other one for us was maybe 1 free throw, but that's something they probably need to capitalise more on, getting the ball inside, whether it's off penetration or passing to the bigs around the basket and just getting some easy buckets that way, because right now is probably where they're lacking the most.
And for the Storm, do you change anything, or do you try and keep that fast-paced kick-ahead play that they love to do and they do so often, and try and sort of tie this Warrandyte team out early?
I think so. You can see they're really putting some pressure on the defensive end, and they've coughed up a few that haven't even gone past half court. So if they can keep that pressure up, offense is easy when you've just got layups. So just keep that pressure up.
And the other thing we always talk about is the ever-presence that sits in the back of your mind. Warrandyte on a double-header this weekend. Do you rest your players, or do you throw it all eggs into your basket? And in this one game, there's potentially a backcourt there. Do Warrandyte try and throw the upset now, or do they focus on, they play Warrnambool tomorrow at home, who have also played tonight?
Yeah, I think if you're going to try and get a win, it'd obviously be the back end against a lower ranked team, but Warrnambool is still quite good as well, correct me if I'm wrong. So
yeah,
it's not necessarily a matter of just throwing one game away. They've got some new faces out there tonight. They probably want to give them a bit of a run. Not sure how much court time the two new faces are going to get. As I say, we've got one subbing in, Leah Swain coming in. But yeah, it should be a good challenge, I think, for them to come up against a team down a couple of key players. They can still shoot the ball anyway, but they're down a couple of key players. And mistakes like that aren't going to help them, but you can't just throw one game with a doubleheader away. You've still got to try and take them both if you can.
So the Storm off the back of the Courtney straight three. Hollowwood three won't go. Margin continues to extend. 3 minutes 20 to go in this quarter. So they swing it around to Jenkins. Back to Jacobs. Wants to use the screen of Bollard. Storm do a great job to push Jacobs up. Varley on the break with 2 points. Coach Sanderson very happy with his team right now. They are hitting all firing stations at the moment. As we said, undermanned tonight, missing a few key players. Still not a team to take lightly as they go again on that screen double. And Osborne and Jenkins fight for it. It'll stay with the Venom, and in comes the new recruit for the Venom, Leah Davies, and she's significantly taller than everyone else on the court.
Should be a good challenge for Bellarine, trying to stop her. So far they've done a good job.
There's the two there from Wildner. Had to be thrown late in the shot clock. Storm coming the other way. We go inside to Howard.
Oh.
And Davies has Swain, pardon me, racks up her first stat as a block. A substitution for the Storm. We'll see Armstrong back in and Osborne out. Olivia Osborne playing her 100th game for the Storm tonight.
Great effort.
So only second player only in the women's program to do it. So a huge accomplishment for her. Northam blocked at the ring. Another block for Swain.
So it's 2 blocks in a matter of 30 seconds. So they're definitely going to get some bolstering from her. The shot just rims out from the Venom.
So Storm the other way. Hollowwood skip past to straight. Back to Hollowwood. The Courtney's playing 1-2. Hollowwood finishes it off with a 3. And this lead continues to blow out. I reckon Coach O'Brien couldn't want quarter time to come any quicker. So we're out to a 17-point margin. Venom with no answers at the moment. Jenkins will drive baseline. Hassled by Northam. We'll go out of court, stay with the Venom. We're in Storm last weekend, double header. Played Warrnambool at home, won by 42 points. And then top of the table clash on Sunday was one to remember. The Storm coming away with a 10-point lead. It was absolute brilliant game to watch. Potential grand final matchup, a straight, waste no time, letting that fly. Howard with the rebound, and the basket will pop out. The crowd held their breath, hoping it would go. Foul will go on number 20 for the Venom. Zoe Jenkins, her first.
We've seen the Venom sit in this zone to start most of the first quarter. Bellarine are having hit 4 threes, so they're giving up a little bit from outside. But I mean, that's just when you've got some taller players playing against some shorter, quicker players. That's probably you go to, but they're probably going to have to rotate just that little bit quicker to those open shooters.
Storm a very high percentage team from the three-point line, one of the best in the league, I believe. That's wrong, they shoot 23% from the three-point line. Doesn't feel like it tonight. Shooting it over 66%. Could be even more. Vert's three looks good, it's off. And they'll reset the Storm. Another offensive rebound for them as Jenkins deflects Howard's pass. Hollywood looking for options, has to get it to Vert, wants it back, gets a defender in the air, pops, stops, couldn't get it to drop.
Lovely rebound.
Another offensive rebound for the Storm.
She'll go to the line here.
Referees will come together. Foul will be on number 12 for the Venom. Tessa Matthews, her first. Northam at the line for 2. Misses everything on the first.
Happens to the best of us, mate.
Happens to the best of us. Second one will go. It's always the first shot jitters.
It doesn't help that it is the middle of winter and the cold hands definitely.
It is freezing in here at the moment. It continues to get colder each week. Quite jealous of our international viewers who are over in the sun, as well as Baden, who's probably sitting in 40-degree heat over in WA. Shot from Jacobs won't go. Storm want the last shot. They won't have it. Instead, Armstrong will get a nice finish under the ring. 7 seconds on the game clock. Swain, her pass is off. Northern might have to toss it. She will. Looks
Down.
good. Oh, just missed. But at the end of the first quarter, it'll be the Bellarine Storm leading 29-9 over the Warrandyte Venom here at the Bellarine Secondary College. And so far it has been the Storm doing everything right. 58% from the field, 4 scoring. Pretty even spread for scoring 2 for the Storm so far tonight, Liam.
Yeah, well, Courtney's obviously standing out already with 11 points, which we've come to expect from her, being a very strong offensive player. But yeah, across the board, only our 2 youth leaguers, Lucy Howard and Carly Bruce, having not scored yet, and Carly hasn't hit the floor yet.
So that's the depth that this Bellarine Storm team has. Everyone has scored but 2 players who are ring-ins for tonight. For the Venom, Ali Locke with 5 points, and then Michaela Kewen and Eilish Feehan with 2 points each. But you just feel that this is a real game for the Storm to flex their muscles and work on a few things. Only the one game this weekend, so they can really focus on coming away with a good win and continuing their season, which has been amazing.
It has been. It's very rare you see a team, especially in only their second year in state champ, just, for want of a better word, dominating. They're really coming into their own. You can see they really play well together on both ends of the floor. Obviously very well coached with Tim and his support crew. Very well managed with Jenny Crombie. You know, that's commitment when your daughter's in Bali and you're still here managing the team.
Well, the other thing is the commitment is Seb Thomason's here and Jamie's not even playing. So
there you go.
But how important is it? Obviously, we know this Bellarine Storm team on the court have such a good connection, but also off the court are a super close bunch. They always hang out. They always do things together. How important is it as a team to have that off-court connection?
100% important. It's not something that you can manufacture. It's something that you have to, everyone has to buy in and be a part of. And it's a really good thing to see, because obviously it's paying dividends with these girls. They returned the majority of girls from last year, but they've got a few new faces as well. I think their personalities have just slotted back in. But credit where credit's due. That's not just the players, it's also the coaches. And you know, oftentimes you see imports jumping from team to team or moving on to other places. And yeah, I'm not sure when they signed, but Courtney and Bridget both coming right back is just a credit to the culture of the team and the club.
Courtney Straight and Bridget Rettstad in their second year in Storm colours and getting better every game. As action for the second quarter resumes. Vert lost control. And so the Venom coming the other way, looking for a good start to the quarter. And they do get it. It'll be Q and Michaela with the first 2 points of the quarter for her team.
That's what we're talking about. Just getting the ball inside. You know, she's obviously an experienced player. Knows what she's doing. Try to get that easy 2 points just around the basket, despite someone else giving up a bit of height.
Storm moving the ball around. Armstrong extending her range. Known for the three. Couldn't get that one to drop. Northern with the offensive rebound. She'll get it back off Hollowwood to Vert. It's late in the shot clock. They need something to go. Armstrong drives, gets swatted.
Foul called.
There will be a foul on the play though. It will be on Leah Swain.
The bail out there with 1 second left on the clock.
They're a coach killer.
Yes.
You've played such good defense, and then right on the siren, you get a foul.
Lovely.
Armstrong makes the first. Swain, not a stranger to basketball. Played in the CBL, Country Basketball League here in Victoria a couple of seasons ago. Actually won the league MVP in the... Well, now I can't find it. No, Defensive Player of the Year in the Northeast Women Division. Played for Seymour.
We did say she did have 2 blocks in the first 30
Yeah,
seconds she was on the floor, so it's not surprising. She does stand at 6'4", and I think we said she plays VFLW as well. So
she does, plays for the Casey Demons.
There we go, so she's an athlete for sure.
So quiet, first minute and a half here. Only the one score by the Venom. The 3 is up from Whitehouse. No luck, offensive rebound by Kewen. And she'll turn around and shoot. Won't get the basket, but will draw the contact. The foul will go on number 10. Carly Bruce, who checked in during the quarter time break.
That might be the second foul on Carly, is it? Is it the first?
Her second.
Second.
Kewen. 2 from 2 from the free throw line. Cuts the margin back to 17. 4-0 start for the quarter. Varley kicks her straight. She wants to get to work. Guarded by Kewen. Nice backdoor cut from Varley.
Oh,
just a bit too heavy on the finish. And again, the Venom have another chance to cut the lead yet again. 4-0 start for the quarter. First 2 minutes of it gone. And the Venom stuck in their offense at the moment. Armstrong did well to get into the passing lane, coming away with the steal. Vert, massive skip pass to Straight. Nice little dish inside to Armstrong. High arcing layup, won't go. And she'll head to the line for 2 more free throws. Foul will go on number 33 for the Venom, Leah Swain. Will be her second.
That's something she might have to adjust to as well after coming out of CBL and playing Australian to state champ. The athletes just that little bit longer. You know, they finished that a little bit stronger. So your fouls on going for blocks are going to be just that little bit more likely. So she's got 2 already, and I dare say Venom are going to need her this game. So she might have to be a bit more careful with what she attempts under the basket.
I actually believe there is a rumour that she's already played a VFLW game today.
Oh, really?
So she's the pinnacle of an athlete, playing in a VFLW game and then coming to play state champ women's basketball as Carly Bruce with a nice little short corner jump shot. Gets her scoring total going. And the lead back out to 20 points for the Storm. 3 minutes gone. Whitehouse. Davis. Swain wants it inside. She gets it. Turning. Shot will go over the ring. Straight. Eyes darting. Looking for an option. Armstrong lost control of it. Decided. Made the business decision not to go up. Instead kicked it out. Straight. Back out to Armstrong. Long two. No good. And Locke will come up with the rebound. They swing it around. Swain pleading for it inside again. Can't get it. And we'll have substitutions for both teams. We'll see Armstrong and Straight out for the Storm, and Lucy Howard and Olivia Osborne in. And then Leah Swain taking a well-deserved break. Number 6. Eleanor Bollards back in for the Venom as Osborne will step out of court.
You can really see that the Venom's offense now, that they just, you can see what they're trying to do, but they just look a little bit clunky doing it. And I think if once they get a little bit more smooth with it, they're probably going to find themselves getting a few more looks inside, a few more offensive scores. But so far this quarter's been pretty even both ways.
Much better quarter from the Venom. So we're still seeing that high double team that has worked so well this first quarter for the Storm. Still in action. Foul will be on number 8 for the Storm. Olivia Vert, her first. They go straight inside to Fian. No luck, and Straight comes up with the rebound. Vert wastes no time going all the way. Nice little dump inside to Howard. That's basketball 101. It's the Storm extend their lead yet again. Venom looking for an answer. Hewen goes inside to Bollards. And again, the Storm out to the races. 3-on-2. Varley flying to the ring, gets 2 more points for her account tonight. And the pass inside to Bollards, too hot, and then it'll go back to the Storm.
Just a slight correction there, Bolins, I believe it is. So apologies to Eleanor.
Do it all the time.
Oh, mate, I've gotten all sorts of pronunciations of my last name over the years, so.
I'm sure you have, actually. I think I remember you telling me that once. So, foul charge to number 2, Emily Whitehouse, her first. Straight, attacking the rim. Heavy contact, couldn't convert. So Kewen coming the other way. Massive screen there from Bollins. Got it right that time. Varley did a good job to wear most of it, and she's straight back into the post and does a great job. So a little bit of physicality creeping into this game now. There's the float up from Locke, won't go, and then a Falcon for the Storm. There's substitution for the Storm. Hollywood will check in, and Vert will check out. Another one I always mess up is Courtney Hollywood. Always call her Courtney Hollywood.
Well, she's exciting to watch, so it's an understandable mistake.
So
At least you're getting it that much similar, mate. I still call her Courtney Williamson.
she did actually tell me last week that Courtney Williamson's probably easier because everyone knows who Courtney Williamson is.
I've only known her like that for 20-something years, so.
Another legend of the Geelong basketball region.
Yeah. The Country Victoria basketball region.
Country, yeah, true.
Hailed from Ararat back in the day, her and her sister Jess.
Played for the Geelong Supercats back when they were in the Seabull. As well as, so did Leah McInerney.
Who?
Sitting right beside me. Whitehouse spinning inside, couldn't convert. Wildner had hands on the rebound, didn't come away with it. Hollywood pops and stops. No luck, it'll stay with the Storm.
I said, even though there was a missed shot from the Venom, it was a good idea. You've got someone who's arguably the shortest player in the competition just about. Get her inside, back her down, and make her play defense in there.
As Coach Sanderson wants to talk things over with just under 4 minutes to go, pardon me, in the first half. It's the Bellarine Storm leading 38-13, and Liam, obviously, state championship men's captain. One of. The list, your resume quite long. From what I can remember, 3-on-3 champion, multiple time champion. Tell us about that. The 3-on-3 comp. Obviously, 3-on-3 becoming a huge sport in the world at the moment. Now an Olympic sport too.
It is. Commonwealth sport, replacing the 5-on-5 style of game, I believe.
What's that like? Obviously yourself, you've travelled the world playing 3-on-3.
Yeah, it's the same game, but obviously totally different. You've got to be keyed in the entire time. It's much more fatiguing because there is a constant offense and defense and offense and defense. There is no break. You only get timeouts every so often. There's no hiding on defense or hiding on offense. If you are a weak link, you're going to cost your team dearly. So there is no time to get fatigued. You've got one person on the bench. If you need a sub, generally you take it as soon as you can. I think the general gist of most teams is to sub on every whistle, regardless of how fatigued you are.
And where's the best place you've been? Where's the best place you've played 3-on-3?
Egypt would have to be one. It was very lucky that the tournament team that I run, Hoops Capital, managing to get both our women's and men's team to the World Championships for the Red Bull half court, 3x3. As you see Courtney get a great stop there and going to go finish at the rim in classic Courtney style. There we go, good work. So for our women's team, they ended up making the grand final match, which was played in front of the Sphinx and the pyramids of Giza. So it was an amazing experience. Even though we weren't on that court, it was still just nothing is ever going to top that in terms of any basketball venue ever, I don't think. Yeah, it's definitely the highlight of my career. One of.
As the three there from Zoe Jenkins won't go. Substitution for the Storm. We'll see Varley out and Northam in. And we'll also see the Venom make a sub. We'll see number 4, Ali Locke out. Number 12, Tess Matthews back in. So 3 minutes to go in this first half. The Storm in full control at the moment on the back of Courtney Strait with her 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Osborne hit one tonight already. Northam had to work hard for that. It'll stay. No, it'll go in favour of the Venom. And who's the best player you've ever played with?
Oh, it's tough. DeMarcus Gatlin, obviously reigning NBL1 Defensive Player of the Year, but also MVP of the league in 2019. Nathan Herbert, just an absolute legend of basketball in the Geelong region, with Geelong Supercats. It's hard to just name one because what I've always been very proud of is having played with a large number of high-quality players, not only as on-court players but also off-court people. So it's hard to name the top one. Did you see that shot go down for Summer?
Lucy Howard.
Lucy Howard. Yeah, it's a tough one to pick. I'll probably be able to pick a top 5, but I won't go through them all right now.
This is Lucy Howard makes the basket. Foul was on number 12, I believe, Tessa Matthews. This margin now out to 30 points. Warrandyte looking for an answer. They're swinging around to Matthews. Up to Wildner. They want to go inside. They do. Bollins. Great defense there from Lucy Howard. And again, the Storm out to the races, picked off.
Got away with a cross-court backcourt violation.
I reckon she actually caught the ball on the line. So technically still legal. They want to swing it around to Jenkins. Being quiet tonight. Jacobs. Inside to Wildner. Couldn't secure the pass, so it'll go back to the Storm. Substitution for the Storm. Straight and Howard out. And Armstrong and Vert back in. We'll see Michaela Kewen check in for the Venom and Wildner check out for the Venom. Hollywood lifts. Wants to use the on-ball screen of Armstrong. She does. Nice pitch back to Vert. Good defense there by Matthews just to slow the drive down. Late in the shot clock here. Vert's going to need to get it off. She does, but misses everything. As the siren goes off in the background, the Venom come away with it. Jenkins, quick fire three is up and is down. Zoe Jenkins, her first score in the Venom colours. Expect her to start getting into her work in the last second half, pardon me. Matthews, hassled by Osborne. Final 30 seconds of the half. As Northern a bit too ambitious on that one. Foul will be on Alana Northern for the Storm. Substitution for the Storm. We'll see Courtney Straight check in and Osborne out. We expect potentially this is a business decision for Coach Sanderson. Get the ball in Courtney Straight's hands for the last shot. The Storm end up with it. They go up the top to Jacobs. Nice drive to the ring. Couldn't finish it. And we'll have 22 seconds left on the game clock. So shot clock will be out of action for this final play.
There goes exactly why Coach Sanderson is subbed in Courtney, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the ball end up in her hands here.
So Vert will get it. Straight pops. Nice little jab step, kick out to Vert. To Armstrong. 6 on the game clock. Shot's a bit high. She's blocked twice. And Matthews will just hold it up as we round out the first half of action. It'll be the Bellarine Storm leading 43-16 over the Warrandyte Venom. It's Courtney Straight leading the way for the Storm and for the game. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Followed by Charlotte Armstrong, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. For the Venom, it'll be Michaela Kewen, 6 points, 4 rebounds. Ali Locke, 5 points. As we head to a quick halftime break here at the Bellarine Secondary College. We'll be back in just about 8 minutes for the second half of this match.
Have they handed down the suspensions? They'd have to before this weekend, right?
Potentially, I haven't seen anything, but
I'll check. See if Sheffield are playing now. Sheffield are up by 25-15 against Sunbury. Who was it? What was his name again?
Keeper.
Who was the...
Oh, was it Coyman?
Coyman, yeah, he's playing.
All right.
25 minutes, 0 points. I'm surprised he didn't get suspended, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, but
I mean,
he didn't do any, like, it was...
Based on previous occurrences of things like that. That's why I was surprised he didn't get matches. It wasn't pretty, and it wasn't necessary.
No.
You're down 15, there's 4 seconds to go.
Yeah.
What are you going to gain?
Yeah.
Like, that's just emotions boiling over, I get it, but you got to be better than that. You got to be more professional. He's a professional, he's come over from New Zealand.
And the other thing is, like, it wasn't like the kid was doing something stupid. Like, he wasn't standing there pretending to shoot or anything. He was standing there
he's just dribbling, and he just reached in, got called for the foul, and I don't know, maybe the kid just grabbed him with the arm. I don't know. Didn't look like there was, but you never know.
Started wording people up for next season.
Okay.
Are you going again next season?
As long as the club gives me the contract. Probably. I think like the group that we got, we got a new group this year. Yeah, we're struggling a bit at points, but I think once we get a proper pre-season under our belt with current coach, it's going to make things a lot easier. We can focus on.
Surely you could put the word into Marlo and just be like.
Well, we'll see. He reckons he's done after this year, so we'll see. But.
Yeah, but Hutchie also said that 30 years ago, and Hutchie's still playing.
Yeah, we'll see. No, as long as my body's still working and life allows me to, I don't see why not. So.
How's the knee going? Good?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, it's still, a little bit of trying to make sure I don't get too unbalanced or anything like that in terms of strength, but no pain with it, no nothing, so.
Good evening and welcome back to the Bellarine Secondary College. It is the Bellarine Storm taking on the Warrandyte Venom State Championship Women Action, and the Storm with a commanding 27-point lead over the Venom in the first half. Hugh Moore here with the Bellarine Storm State Championship men's captain, Liam McInerney. And Liam, I've just spotted Seb Thomason, partner of Jamie Crombie, who's currently over in Vietnam, has just taken her over to the halftime huddle on FaceTime. So
that is commitment right there.
That is commitment right there. But it is the Bellarine Storm that are in full control right now and haven't looked like they're going to take the pedal off the gas.
Yeah, it is. And we say that, but we look at that quarter there. Yes, they played a great defensive half, but they held them to 9 points in the first quarter and 7 in the second. But Venom obviously picked up their defensive pressure as well, because Bellarine were only able to score 14 as opposed to 29 in the first. So they've obviously made some adjustments, making it a bit harder for Bellarine to get in the paint, I think. We didn't see as many easy little drives and dump downs to finishes under the basket. But definitely, I can imagine there'll be some words said at halftime to get both teams G'd up and ready to go. So hoping for a good hit out here this second half.
And I mean, two very experienced coaches, Coach Sanderson for the Storm and Coach Paul O'Brien for the Venom, certainly with years and years of wisdom provided to his team. You would expect some potentially different looks coming into this second quarter, second half, pardon me, as we already see one from the Storm. Quick double team, wasting no time, applying the pressure again. And there'll be a foul on the play. It'll be on Olivia Vert. Her first. No, not her first. It'll be her second.
You see that double team on the on-ball screen is just really hurting the Venom.
And they do it on every on-ball screen. Especially every on-ball screen tonight has been doubled, and they've actually come away with a few turnovers and a few steals. So that'll be something for the Venom to try and work out and try and solve a way to get through it. Varley surveying her options as her pass splits the gap between Vert and Straight.
Deja vu, I think we just saw that up the other end.
I reckon we did too. So a little bit of jitters in the first 30 seconds, the second half. Whitehouse goes inside to Fian. Nice drive from Eilish Fian. Opens the scoring for the half. Storm now looking for an answer. As Vert swings it to Osborne to Varley. Quick trigger three is up. Won't go down. The Venom want to push it. Storm do a good job in trans D. Not allowing the fast break.
So the Venom have gone back into that zone that they had in the first quarter, and I think they're hoping that if they make another layup, they're hoping that the high three-point percentage that Storm had in the first quarter isn't going to continue this half.
Still at 31%, so not a bad 3-point percent for the Storm, above their season average so far. Varley set, shoot, and drops. 3 points for Varley, takes her up to 9 points for the game.
Great offense there, just finding the open shooter, seeing the screen for them, bang.
As they swing it to Bolins, inside. And Osborne a bit too ambitious on that one. Will pick up the foul, that'll be her second.
Credit to Osborne. She's not exactly a tall, but she's there playing on the tallest girl on the court.
Uses her length quite well. Comes away with a fair few steals. She's got one tonight, potentially two. And again, she's in the action. Venom come up with it. Matthews trying to get something going. Nothing does though. And so they're going to have to get a shot off. It's in the hands of Fian. Pass is picked by Straight. Varley wants to push. Awkward pass there, but does the job. And again, that fantastic ball movement. Armstrong couldn't finish, but the foul will go on number 32, Eilish Feehan. So Armstrong at the line for 2. Quick little half-team timeout here for Coach Sanderson. Plenty of trust here in Armstrong for her free throws. She makes both comfortably. Takes her up to 8 points for the match. There's actually a Bellarine coach that did that every free throw. Do you remember old Sam Johns?
Yes.
That was a nice deep three there from Michaela Kewen from the car park. Livens the spirits up of the Venom a little bit. Sam Johns, every free throws.
Yep.
Used to make his team play D from the half.
I do remember back in the day having played Vic Country, and we played Vic Metro, the state team, and under 16s, and they would do exactly that. And we were told it was a psychological tactic. We just thought they were being arrogant.
So back and forth to start this half. Nice little up and under from Eilish Feehan.
Venom aren't going away. They've outscored us this quarter. They're certainly not going to go down without a fight.
Straight's long three won't go. A bit of a tangle up between Venom players on the rebound. They managed to sort it out, and Matthews will end up with it. They go inside to Feehan. She's been fantastic to start the second half. And Coach Sanderson wants to talk things over as Eilish Feehan has turned it on in this second half. She's up to 8 points, 3 rebounds in 15 minutes, and I reckon 6 of those points have come in the first 4 minutes of this half.
Absolutely, and we talked about in the first quarter about getting the ball inside, and right now they're taking advantage of the size mismatch between her and Osborne. Keep going to the well till it's dry, so no doubt we might see some double teams here or some switching up of defensive assignments.
Another thing to watch, Courtney Straight potentially on triple-double watch. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. So that'll be one to keep an eye on. She's also got 3 steals on her stat line so far tonight, shooting at a very pretty 63% from the field. So that'll be another point to watch, but just a little glimmer of hope here for the Venom. Still down by 23 points, but showing signs of an uphill trend here. And it's always good as an opposition team if you can make the other coach call a timeout. Your spirits often get lifted a little bit, and you get a little bit of an energy boost as such. Absolutely. Morale lifter. So Storm looking for an answer. 11-7 quarter in favour of the Venom. On the back of some brilliance from Eilish Feehan for the Venom. Straight dancing. Gets it to Vert. Pass to Varley was a bit hot. She has to shoot it. She does. Off the back iron. And the Venom will pump the brakes. Want to get through a half-court set. They've been good in the half-court this second half. They go inside to the hot hand, Feehan, as she continues to tear apart this Bellarine defense.
Bit of a gamble there by Vert, didn't pay off.
So margin back down to 21. Varley driving. Nice little kick to Osborne. And cut through the middle, couldn't get it to go. And Matthews and the Venom wasting no time getting into another half-court set, which has worked fantastically for them. Now see Osborne has a hard tag on Feehan. She wants it again and just brushes off her defender. A little bit too hot on the shot. Varley, nice little pump fake, lost control. Kick out to Vert. Thought about the pass and the shot. Ends up passing. Armstrong, left-handed finger roll. Won't go. So, bit of chaos basketball here. Whitehouse, deep, deep three. would have lifted the roof off the Venom bench. Nice dump off there from Varley to Armstrong, just to stem the bleeding a little bit here.
It's Armstrong going into double digits now, doing well.
4 rebounds, 2 steals to go along with her 10 points. Whitehouse 3. No good. Varley.
You can see the Venom's composure and decision making on, as you see, almost a perfect pass. It's no finish, but yeah, their decision making in the offensive end has picked up quite a lot, and we can see that on the scoreboard with them now.
Pass into Feehan, a little bit hot. She had to work hard for it. Does draw the contact. She'll head to the line for 2. Foul will be on Georgia Varley, her first.
Swain and Jacobs checking back in.
Armstrong potentially a little bit sore after that last layup. Looks to be all right though. Straight with another rebound. 6 for her. Foul will be on number 2, Emily Whitehouse. She'll head straight to the bench. Only her second foul. We'll see number 22 for the Venom. Number 22, Tessa Osborne, for her first minutes of tonight's match. Vert to Hollowwood. To Vert. Step off the 3-point line. Distance doesn't matter for Olivia Vert. She connects with that 3-pointer. Takes her up to 7. Osborne off the bench. Couldn't get it. So Matthews, again directing traffic. Goes into Swain. Swain has to get it off. She does. High floater. Smallest player on the court, and Courtney Hollowwood comes up with the rebound. Inside to Howard, to straight. Kick out to Hollowwood, to Osborne in the corner. That's her spot. Can't get it. Straight, lost control. Worked hard for it.
Hard hit there.
Bodies everywhere on the floor. The Storm will retain the ball after a great hustle play there from Courtney Straight. As Zoe Jenkins will check in, and Eilish Feehan will check out after what was a fantastic 8 minutes of basketball from her. With a 1-2 between Vert and Hollowwood. Pays off for Vert. She makes another 3. And just like that, the margin's back out to 30 points. Matthews slows it up again. Into Swain. Nice defense from Howard. Skyhook from Swain won't go. Howard came up with the rebound. Storm have numbers in the break. Straight, catch, shoot. The 3 won't go. Jenkins with the rebound. 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Swain just stuck her hand out. And stuck to her hand. As Howard wants the ball inside, a little bit too late. Vert will cut and drop it in, and Olivia Vert turning it on now. 8 points.
Bit of a heater here.
Yeah, in this half for her.
I'd say in the last 2 minutes.
I reckon you're right there, Liam. Takes her up to 10. So 3 there from Jacobs. Won't go. Hollowwood, nice little skip pass to Howard. Referee will decide it was still on the floor, so it'll be on the baseline. Foul will be on number 12, Tessa Matthews.
It's a smart foul by her, just coming up against a bigger, stronger player, getting her while she's on the floor. Well, she has a chance to get the ball up, get free throws.
So Straight and Osborne will check out, and Northam and Armstrong will check back in for the Storm. Corner three from Hollywood is up. No luck. Jacobs to Matthews. To Jenkins. She had to work hard for that finish. Got her own rebound. That's blocked by Armstrong and then secured her own rebound. And numbers again for the Storm. Some quick passing ends up with Northern drawing the contact, and she'll head to the line for two. Referees are going to convene here quickly. Don't know what about.
Yeah, I think that was a legitimate attempt at the ball.
Yeah. Foul going number 20, Zoe Jenkins.
It's great ball movement by Bellarine, just kicking the ball ahead, finding the open player, find the next person, lay up or free throws.
I think that's such a big thing about this Bellarine Storm team is that they're so unselfish. They want to get everyone involved as much as possible, and sometimes it can be really good. Other times it can come as a detriment, but certainly a key attribute to have as a team.
Absolutely. And we see even their defense, they're on the same page. They're communicating, they're switching when they need to help defense. No reason they shouldn't be on top of the ladder when you play offense and defense like that.
Correct. Almost like they're joined at the hip by a string. They just all move as one group.
Coach's dream.
Coach's dream, correct. And so last 30 seconds of this quarter, Northern lost control of the ball. Pass was tipped, but ended up in the hands of Vert. Hollowwood. Nice little quick crossover dancing. Howard inside, had to go over the much taller timber of Swain. VFLW Ruckman for the Casey Demons. As there'll be a travel there.
Great pressure.
I think Olivia Vert thought she might have got a foul there. So there'll be 4 seconds on the game clock. Coaches will urge for a three. Hollowwood wants it. She's going to get it. She tosses it up. And that's a way to end the quarter for the Storm. Courtney Hollowwood turning back the clock and dropping that nice little floater to round out the quarter as the Storm have a 39, oh no, I can't do my maths now, Liam. 33-point lead here at the third three-quarter time break, 62-29, and positive signs for the Venom.
They've definitely scored a lot better that quarter. 17-13 that quarter. Definitely a big pickup from 9 and 7 in the first two. So definitely some positivity there for them. They just need to really lock in on defense, and they've still stymied a bit of the scoring of the Storm. They only had 19 that quarter, but there's a fair bit of work to do if they're going to make up this deficit in the last quarter.
So Courtney Strait still leading the way for the game and for her team. 13 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. Still on triple-double watch. And then it's Charlotte Armstrong, 10 points, 4 rebounds. And Georgia Varley, 9 points, 4 assists. And for the Venom, it'll be Eilish Feehan, 10 points, 4 rebounds. And Cara Kewen, 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Reminder, we do have another game on tomorrow afternoon. Co-commentator sitting beside me will be playing 2 o'clock here against the Blackburn Vikings. Pretty important game for you guys.
Very important game for every game is important for us at the moment, but yeah, it should be a good chance for us to show what we can really do. Definitely have the talent for it. Just need the pieces to fall together at certain points for the entire 40 minutes.
A few close games in the previous weeks that had definitely hurt the confidence a little bit, just slipping out of the grip.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you want to give up, but that's what we've got to learn from and not let happen again.
There's some quick ball movement there from the Storm. Nearly works out. We'll stay with the Storm. Armstrong wanted it inside. Instead, they go up to Bruce. to Hollowwood, to Varley from way beyond the quarter court line. Georgia Varley from the car park at St. Ignatius College, which is about 400 metres away from here. Shows her range off.
Very Varley, very Varley shot.
I was about to say the exact same thing as Northam on the fast break. Gets 2 more points. Varley names synonymous for their three-point shooting. Louis, Emerson and Georgia.
Not so much Trevor Lauren, though.
You never know.
True, I don't think I've actually seen either of them shoot a ball.
Maybe that's what we'll do after the game. We're going to both to shoot 10 threes. Louis Varley, currently the state championship men's team, has been a, what's the best way to say it, an almost an anchor piece to that team for the past few years. Was in it 3 years ago when they won the championship.
Stalwart, you might say.
Stalwart, that's the word I was looking for. It's the shot there from the Venom won't go, and Varley had a free lane to the ring. Not enough power on her floater, and Jacobs is stripped by Hollowwood.
The effort play there by Courtney. She caught up to the play and is rewarded for it.
Also another reminder, Bellarine Storm Trivia Night coming up in a few weeks. Certainly going to be a big night out at the Sporting Globe. 6:30 dinner and 7 o'clock start. Make sure if you're keen to get a table together. I believe tables are very slim at the moment. So if you are keen to get down, head to the Bellarine Storm page and book your table. Bruce's pass is picked. State championship men got a table?
I don't think we do at the moment. Something I'll probably have to bring up after tomorrow's game.
Definitely after tomorrow's game. We've got to focus in. So Varley racing away. Kick out pass to Hollowwood. Inside to Northam, and no one there. And Bruce will clean up the scraps and get 2 points. And we're going to have a stoppage in play here. Eilish Feehan come up quite a bit sore after that play. We'll have a timeout instead for Coach Sanderson.
She's down the ground, hope she's okay.
She doesn't look very well, so we'll come back to you on that one. But with 7.5 minutes to go in this game, you'd almost say it's all but sealed here. And for the Venom, what do they need to do in this last 7.5 minutes to come out with a positive outlook on how they've played tonight?
Look, I think that they, at the very least, they would have to say they'd have to keep it even in this last 7 and a bit minutes. The other part is just making shoot through all they get through their stuff. Doesn't matter whether you're up by 20, down by 20, 30, 40, whatever it happens to be. Every opportunity to be on the floor against another opposition is a game situation, and you've got to get through your stuff. Obviously, they're struggling a bit this season, but there's no reason why they shouldn't still try to run their stuff to the absolute pinnacle of what they can do.
And we obviously can't forget they are the 2024 Division 1 champions, so they are certainly good in every right, but potentially just having a feeling out season, first season in state champ, can often be a big jump.
Say what you will, but our Bellarine Storm girls are right up there in their first season last year.
This is Hollowwood just picks the pocket of her opposition. Puts 2 more points to her name. Takes her up to 9 for the game. 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Eilish Feehan still behind the bench.
She's put the warm-up top on now, so...
Yeah, I don't think we'll see any more of her tonight. It was fantastic in the third quarter.
Yeah, great to watch.
Turned it on for her team. So fair bit of yelling going on the court here. As Armstrong will pick the pass. Hollywood showing off her speed. Northam over to Hollywood.
Nice find.
3 years up. Short though, but never guess who's there. The rebound magnet, Charlotte Armstrong. Gets the offensive rebound and we'll get another 2 goes at the free throw line. She's been camped at the free throw line tonight. She's 6 from 8 from the free throw line. She shot more than half of the team's free throws for tonight's match. So, and doing it very well. 7 from 10 from the free throw line so far. I say so far because she'll probably end up there again. The shot from Jacobs is up. No good. She gets her own long rebound. Goes to Brown, who checked in off the Feehan sub. And has an instant impact off the bench. Hollywood waits patiently. Finds Northam. The pass from Bruce goes straight to Ali Locke, and then Ali's Locke's pass is too hot for Osborne. Substitution here for the Venom. We'll see Matthews back in. And Locke out. Swing it around. Varley cleaned up the scraps.
And scraps even.
Hollywood. Single digits on the shot clock. Northam thought about the 3. Nice little dish inside to Armstrong. Gets it up.
You were right.
And she'll head to the free throw line yet again. And I believe she's hating it there now. So I have substitutions for the Storm. We'll see Olivia Osborne, who just absolutely tossed her warm-up top of Jenny Crombie. Carly Bruce will check out. 4 points, 3 rebounds in 8 minutes for her tonight.
Good per 32.
Another one at the free throw line. Drains 2, and she will take a break. We'll see Lucy Howard back in. So a little bit of go on. I think we were about to say the exact same thing there.
Not taking a backward step.
Yeah, full court pressure from the Storm.
Yep. That's just a sign of a disciplined team. You know, they're not going to, it doesn't matter whether they're up by 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever it is, they're still going to play just as hard.
As we see there, some hard defense in the Hollywood-Varley connection. Ends in another 2 points for Georgia Varley. 14 points, 5 assists for her tonight. 50% shooting for her as well. So they kick it to Bollins. Her shot unlucky to go in. And again, Hollywood and Varley pushing the floor. Hollywood decides to get through a set. Northam to Varley to Hollywood. 4-3 is good. As the Storm continued her mount the pain here on the Venom. .48 points the margin here. Still 4.5 minutes to go as Matthews drives baseline, kicks it back up to Jacobs. Toss won't go. I reckon Courtney Hollywood's got the past 4 rebounds, and she's the smallest player on the court. Varley, kick up to Osborne, 4-3, looks good. Just a little bit off, Brown. Matthews wants to slow things right up. Try and get a score here for the Venom. Struggling this quarter. Foul on the play. Didn't actually see what the foul was for, but
Too much contact there, I think.
I reckon Alana Northern might have been holding someone. Something was funny there because the assistant coaches had a nice little giggle about it. So the Venom just with the 2 points this quarter compared to the Ballarine's 17. 2 points coming from that player right there. Claire Brown. Varley left on an island and misses everything. So 3.5 minutes to go here. Matthews kicks it to Whitehouse. Just hits the brick wall of Lucy Howard and comes away with a travel.
Great defense by Lucy. Just stand straight up.
Is there nice and early.
Yep.
So the kick head to Vert. Moves on to Osborne. To Varley in the corner to Northam. Fantastic ball movement by the Storm. Northam's floater short. Kick ahead pass there by the Venom. Ends up with Matthews and Brown. Dishes inside to Kewen. A bit of chaos basketball here. As we slowly creep into the final 3 minutes. Matthews at the top. Kewen, Whitehouse decides to drive baseline. Kick out to Jenkins. 4-3 is good. She hits her second 3 for this evening. First game with the Venom. Nice little bounce pass there. Storm resorting to that for that play. No luck. Kewen decides to bring things out. Whitehouse, quick trigger 3. No luck. And again, the Storm want to go to the races. Foul will be on number 20, Zoe Jenkins.
See the Storm just being relentless still. Just pushing the ball and pressuring it on the other end. Just, again, sign of a well-disciplined, well-oiled machine.
So Varley to Northam. To Osborne. To Vert. No pass is picked. So we tick under 10 seconds on the shot clock. And
pass.
Great court vision there by Olivia Vert. Lee McInerney pointed out Lucy Howard come away with the reward. Final 2 minutes of the game. Tick over. Jenkins hits the deck. Brown kicks it back up to Jenkins. She's going to have to do something with it. Brown tosses it up. Will be a shot clock violation. Georgia Varley will check out. We'll see Carly Bruce check back in. Bruce to Vert. To Osborne, into Bruce. Nice. Ball movement there by the Storm. It's Northern. We'll head to line for 2. Foul is on number 12 for the Venom. Tessa Matthews will be her third. Misses the first. Northern 3 points, 5 rebounds, 4 steals tonight's match. And that 4 points for her. Matthews. Kicks it to Whitehouse. Hassled by Vert. She manages to break the clamps. Brown gets the offensive rebound. So it's her shot back up, draws the contact. Foul will be on number 10, Carly Bruce. Will be her third.
This is probably a good experience. We can see on the floor we have three of the younger players for the Storm. Good experience for them just to get out against some senior players and develop their game a little bit in situations like this. Not that they haven't been doing that all game when it was closer anyway.
I reckon you could say 4 players under 23 on the court, at least for the Storm. And I reckon Olivia Vert's pretty close to 24 too, as Bruce, her shot won't drop. And a massive foul there from Carly Bruce.
Yeah, there was no hiding that one.
That'll be her fourth. Quite an interesting play to watch, Carly Bruce, though. It's like she feels no pain. She just throws herself at everything. You often end up closing your eyes when she drives. Zoe Jenkins with a nice step back. Didn't step back far enough for a maximum, but another 2 points to her first game in the colours. Takes it to 8, 5 rebounds. The Storm swing it around into Bruce. Will be a foul on the plate. It'll be on Jenkins, and Bruce will head to the line for 2. Carly Bruce at the line for 2. Makes the first. Zoe Jenkins' 4th foul. 25 seconds to go. Makes the second. So as the clock will wind down, potentially Venom will want to put one more score on the board. They will, as it will be picked off by Northam, and the Storm, you would think, would just dribble this one out. And they will. As the time expires, it'll be the Bellarine Storm with a convincing win over the Warrandyte Venom, 84-36 here at the Bellarine Secondary College. It was Georgia Varley who ended up leading the way for the Storm. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. And then Courtney Strait and Charlotte Armstrong, 13 points each. Courtney Strait also had 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals. Charlotte Armstrong finished with 6 rebounds and 3 steals. For the Venom, it was Eilish Feehan, 10 points, 5 rebounds for her. Michaela Kewen, 9 points, 6 rebounds. And then Zoe Jenkins, 8 points, 5 rebounds. But just another clinical performance by this Bellarine Storm team that just continue to get better and better each week.
It is, and that's they really set the benchmark in the competition. With the win against Pakenham last week as well. They're just, I'd say, leaps and bounds ahead. They're still vulnerable in certain points, as we've seen. But it's just such a dominant display on both ends of the floor. Regardless of the scoring outcome, whenever they play teams, I would like to think the opposition coach would have their work cut out for them on both ends.
Well, as we wrap it up here, thank you for watching. Reminder, Bellarine Storm State Championship men take on the Blackburn Vikings at 2 o'clock tomorrow. You can watch Liam McInerney go about his work. Thank you for joining me, Liam.
No worries, thank you very much for having me.
It's been a pleasure. You're always welcome back, and thank you for watching, everyone at home.